fueling up at the pump, getting ready for the daily drive to work, grabbing groceries for dinner for the family. It seems like your dollar goes less and less further each day.
We all have difficulty, meeting our monthly obligations, and when gas goes up or groceries go up, we feel it, certainly. And that's extremely difficult for the lowest wage earners there are.
The BC union leaders are proposing a plan to alleviate some of those costs for the lowest wage earners. They are proposing an immediate increase of minimum wage from $10.25 to $13. That's almost a 30% increase. But will the proposal take off pressure from employees and put it onto others?
Realistically, I don't think it takes pressure off another group of people.
Everything goes up. It's not just minimum wage, it's my source deductions would go up, my WorkSafe premiums go up, our costs are going to have to go up. The money's got to come from somewhere, so where does that come from?
For a lot of small businesses, that money will most likely come from reducing employee hours or staff numbers, raising product prices, or closing doors.
There's nothing that's going to change the bottom line in terms of their revenue by raising the minimum wage, but it certainly is going to increase their bottom line on expenses.
40% of minimum wage jobs are filled up by teenagers. Scott Henderson, owner of the Buzz Coffee Shop, says increasing minimum wage will make it difficult for students trying to get their first job.
Like if I had a choice of hiring you or somebody in grade 11, I'm going to hire you just because of your age and your experience. So that means who's going to hire the high school kids? They all have cell phones, lots of them have cars, they go to movies, they actually spend a lot of money out there. And so you don't want to take that group out of the picture.
The $2.75 hike will decrease the gap between the middle $14 to $15 wage earners.
Now they're only $2 over the minimum wage as opposed to being 50% over the minimum wage. So obviously that's going to put some pressure on the system.
If it was me paying it out, I'm sure it would probably put a dent in your pocketbook initially, but in the end, hopefully that comes back, at least double fold by more clients, more business, more revenue.
I think the working wage in Vancouver is calculated to be $16 an hour. That's just a good living wage. So, and I don't think we should have working poor. I think that's just a terrible way to do our economy.
With the rise in necessities for life, Kim Smythe of the Nanaimo Chamber of Commerce agrees wages should become level with the cost of living, but should be increased in a way that will benefit both employees and businesses.
There should be gradual inclining rates of minimum wage that every year are dealt with. So whether you peg that to the cost of living or the inflationary rate, that also helps employers, because if I know I'm paying $10 this year and next year I'm going to be paying $10.25, it doesn't freak me out to think that, holy crap, I'm going to get a 28% hit on my staffing costs.
You have your bills, I have my bills, so I understand that money has to be part of it, and you have to be, pay fairly.
Although the BC union leaders are urging the government for an immediate minimum wage increase, no decision has been made yet. In Nanaimo, I'm Rae-Anne LaPlante.